Hi, my name is Bunny Brunel, and you're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Hello and welcome to ForBassPlayersOnly.com. I'm John Liebman, founder and first baseman. A lot of people think they're too old or it's too late for them to learn how to play an instrument. So I created ForBassPlayersOnly.com for adults who want to learn to play bass because I believe you're never too old and it's never too late to experience the joy and the pleasure of making music. For BassPlayersOnly.com, let's play bass. I've got a very special guest this week. Bunny Brunel and I have known each other for many years. I think actually just over 40 years, believe it or not. Bunny is a Grammy nominated bass player. He's performed with everybody: Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Dizzy Gillespie, Stanley Clarke, Natalie Cole, Stevie Wonder, Ziggy Marley. The list just goes on and on.
Yeah,
He is
Tony Williams.
I can't list everybody because we'd be
I
here.
know, but I wanted to list him because I played with him for quite a while. What
Tony Williams,
happened?
Anya
Yeah,
Marie.
I was with Chick Corea, and Chick ended up doing duets with Herbie Hancock.
Yes, I saw that tour.
And while he do that, I toured with Tony Williams all over the world.
Beautiful. Bunny is also the editor at large of the spectacular publication Virtuoso Bass. Now, a few years ago, he released a stellar recording called Bassball, featuring an amazing lineup of bass players: Billy Sheehan, Victor Wooten, Steve Bailey, Hadrien Furreau, Josquin Desprez. And in 2023, he released a follow-up version of that album called Bassball 2 with Stanley Clarke, Kyle Eastwood, Armand Sabal-Lecco, Dominique di Piazza, Sekou Bunch, Federico Malaman. It just doesn't get any better. Hello, Benny. It's so great to have you back on for Bass Players
Well,
Only.
I'm so glad you got me back talking to you and talking about bass and things like that. And I agreed with what you said at the beginning that people, if they want to play an instrument, they should start. You don't have to look, find out how old or how young you are. Just pick it up. And bass is a pretty good instrument because it's easier to learn than to play the guitar, I would say. But it's a really interesting instrument that usually hold the boat, on the band. That's the thing, that what's going on, and that's the details I mentioned. There's many great bass player that just play the bass. They don't even solo at all, and they are on so many records. Why? Because they just do the job of the bass player, just hold the boat and set the groove going, and it's very important. But for somebody who's trying to learn an instrument, I think it's a good thing to start because you can be playing the bass pretty soon.
I couldn't agree more. You had quite a bit to say about that during the last interview we did, which it was at the 2020 NAM show. You're going on about Lee Sklar and Nathan East and Neil Steubenhaus, and why are these guys working all the time? Because they play the freaking bass. And
That's right.
you said Victor Wooten and Stanley Clarke, they do all their fancy stuff, but they also know how to play the bass, and that's what's important, and that's what everybody needs to know.
Yes, exactly. This is very important to understand that if you want to play the bass, forget about the bass solos. Just learn how to get the groove going and nail it down. That's your main thing. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
That's right. Let's talk about Baseball 2. What inspired you to make these records? Not just one, but two.
Well, it's actually Stanley Clarke is the one who decided, we should do something like that. It was Stanley's idea, and so it was great to call all those people because we know so many bass players, and we call those guys and have them playing something and doing their stuff. And we did one that was great, and we decided to do number two, and that's what we can talk about it today. We can talk about that one. when with all the tunes and all that and all the players, and it's fun. It's fun to listen, and it's great to have those different guys that are good to play different things a different way. So and put them together, it's fun. On some tunes.
I've been listening to it. I've been enjoying it very much. How did you decide which bass players to feature on these records?
Well, it's we it just happened like that with Stanley. We talked about it and things like that, and then say, oh, so and so want to play and all that, and there is some people that we know and that we call to play. It's just you have a lot of people don't know some of the bass players. But so, for instance, Kyle Eastwood. I used to play in a club called Dante's.
Yes, I
That's
think that's
the
where you and I met.
Oh, I see. Wow. And
You were
I was there, and
keyboard player was Kei Akagi.
yes, okay. And Clint Eastwood was coming there. He was coming to that club with his daughter, Alison, and Kyle. And they just were sitting in a room and whatever, listening. He loves the jazz. That's what he likes. And one day he just called me and he told me, oh, well, my son wants to play the bass. Should I send him to the school over there? I said, no, just send it to me. It'll be better than going to the school. And I actually taught him how to play the electric bass, the fretless, the acoustic bass, and all that. And he did great. He really, you know, very good musician and all that. And now he's touring the whole world, of course. Eastwood is a pretty good name to open doors, but he's doing a great job. He's actually playing with a symphonic orchestra, playing
Yeah.
the music from his dad's movie.
Eastwood Symphonic.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great idea. So he's doing all those concerts with playing the music from his dad's movies. I think it's a great idea.
It's funny. I just interviewed Kyle a couple of weeks ago, and at the time of this recording right now, that is Kyle is this week's interview on For Bass Players Only.
Oh, good, good, good,
I
excellent.
interviewed him, and your name came up. I'm interviewing you, and his name came up. He's a
Of course.
great player. I interviewed him one other time at the Detroit Jazz Festival. He was playing with his own quintet. He's got that David Gage, very bizarrely shaped upright bass, kind of a squatty shaped thing. You know what I'm talking
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
about? And yeah, I asked him what kind of bass he played, and he just said, well, Bunny Brunel this and Bunny Brunel, and Bunny helped me design this one, and he was with Carbon, and he was with the whoever else you were with, and yeah, he spoke very highly of you.
Well, it's very good friend. I used to be giving him lessons all the time, and on top of it, I used to play tennis with
Oh,
him at his dad's house in Beverly Hills over there. So I was seeing him every day and all that. So this is a very good friend. So I love him. He's such a nice person. We're talking about some people that would be the son of Clint Eastwood who had problems. He doesn't. This is a really
yeah,
great person that
yeah, very,
you
very
can trust
unaffected.
and all that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't know about the tennis. So
Oh yeah, yeah. We used to play. His his dad has a house with a tennis court, so we used to be over there hitting the ball.
yeah, wonderful. What else can you tell me about baseball too? What about the music itself, the compositions? How did those come about?
Well, I just picked up a bunch of different tunes that I composed and record those tunes and all that with different people and having a ball. You got like 10 songs that I did, and a couple of them are composed by Armand Sabal-Lecco composed couple of them, but
Yeah,
most of them are my composition. And it was great to work with Armand. Armand was what a great player and the composer and things like that, and he does thing that nobody else does, which is good because it's hard to be special, when you play an instrument. And he's definitely is. This is a great person. And I have all those guys that play. There's a friend of mine that I know forever. That lives in San Diego. Has got a studio. Josquin Turan Desprez, had him
I know.
playing, and it was great to have these guys. And you have those French guys that people don't even know exist. There are great players that I put in the album. So it's always important for other people to discover new people.
That's right. I think Kyle Eastwood is practically an honorary Frenchman himself. He's spent so much time over there in Paris.
Yeah, he actually lives in Paris.
Yeah, most of the year, he said. Well, let's talk about. I think you touched on this, or more than touched on it, but For Bass Players Only is a bass instruction site, and every day I've got more and more people coming from all over the world to ForBassPlayersOnly.com to learn how to play bass. And as you mentioned, as we both mentioned at the beginning, a lot of times they are in their 50s, 60s, 70s. I've got students in their 80s. So they're not
Wow.
trying to make a
I
career.
have one of those as well.
Wonderful. I think that's
He's 85, I believe.
wow. Oh, the oldest I have that I know of is 83. So you win. But the point is they're not trying to be rock stars. They're not trying to set the world on fire. They want to play maybe some classic rock riffs with their buddies, or some blues shuffles, or some walking bass, or funk
Uh-huh.
R&B. A lot of times the arthritis and the tendonitis kick in when you get to be, 50s, 60s, 70s. So, so I tell you all that just to set a context, because I want to ask you what else that you haven't already mentioned can you impart to somebody like that who wants to learn to play bass? What advice do you have for those people?
Well, the idea is just, you teaching something, and like that they enjoy, be able to play. That's all it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Pick up a song, pick up a couple of chords, have them playing a bass line over a couple of chords and all that. And this is important for them because like that they feel they're doing something. Teach them how to play the blues, for instance, simple blues like that. They can follow the stuff. And because it's a bass, so you can have them, when they learn the position, they can do it on different key. They'll be able to do it because they understand the movements. It's a graphically easy instrument. It's not
Yes.
like a piano or a saxophone or a trumpet.
Or even a
If you learn
guitar,
how to,
that
if you
major
learn how
third.
to, yeah, if you learn how to do boom, boom, dam, boom, boom, down, you could do boom, boom, bam. You can do it anywhere.
Yes.
It'll work, and on that instrument.
Yeah, that's what I'm always telling my students. If you can play it anywhere on the bass, you could play it everywhere on the bass. It's a symmetrical
Exactly.
instrument. It's all tuned in fourths. And then you can take that, 5 string, 6 string, as far as you want to go. But when you say just teach them how, it doesn't matter what they're playing. I'm wondering if in the back of that thought, you saw people that are trying to teach students things they don't need to know, or people trying to learn things that they shouldn't be trying to learn. Is there any of that to what you're saying, or are you just making a point?
No, I'm just using the person capabilities, and understanding. You teach something, but as I say, basically, I like to teach, thing that fingerings and things like that they can reproduce. I'm not asking them to play it's just play a nice bass line and hold the timing and all that. And you want to make it simple for them to be able to do it. And that's what's important. You don't, they don't need to play melodies 1,000 miles an hour. They just need to play nice solid bass lines. That's all you need to do.
That's right. What about your what kind of basses are you playing these days? Basses and strings and things like that. What are you playing these days?
Well, I was with Carvin for 20 years. The first company I did the design, it was actually for yeah, Gibson.
Yeah,
Gibson made the first Bunny Brunel bass, and maybe Kyle has one of those. Maybe. Okay.
I think he does.
After that, I got approached by Carvin, and I was with them for about 20 years. I was with them, and then they did a great job, but I was not exactly what I wanted. I wanted to change, and they they were not going to make it, because when I gave them the design, they didn't really copy the design the way I wanted. They changed it, and that was fine because the main thing, the weight and the thing, was fine. So I kept it like that. And then I got approached by ESP
Yeah.
to do a bass, and then I gave them the original, and they made the original perfectly. Unfortunately, the person that was in charge with them left the company, so they stopped doing my bass. And now I actually would like to have somebody else pick up, the slack there, and making the Bunny Brunel, because they definitely sell Bunny Brunel, and I got the design and everything. They don't have to worry about anything. It'll come out perfectly. And it's too bad because they were doing a killer job. And as I said, the person that was in charge of the whole thing left the company, so they cut off anything he came out with. They just cut it out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's probably the because I had percentage on those creations, and they didn't want to give him any more money or whatever, so they stopped the whole thing.
Well,
So there is some place where they still have some left, some Bunny Brunel ESP, but unfortunately, I'm going to need to find another company to do it.
okay. There's opportunity out there for somebody, and I'm sure they're watching.
Yeah, if they're watching, maybe they want to contact me
There
and
you
do the Bunny Brunel, because it's definitely sells, that's for sure.
go.
And the design is perfect. I've been using it, and it's perfect. So it doesn't need to be changed or whatever. It's just the design is the design. That's what it is. It's the perfect one.
And strings,
Strings, I've been using the same company forever, La Bella.
La Bella.
La Bella is one of the oldest, company making strings. And to tell you the truth, they are the best, because they know they tried all the medals, they tried this and tried that. And they are the best manufacturer for strings. Whatever instrument you want to play, they're going to make it perfectly. And what's good about it, they actually last a long time, because the metal they use last long time. They know exactly what to use and all that, what to put over and everything. They're the best string company. So there's some people who are doing a good job. They learn how to make one kind of thing, and they're doing it, and it's okay. But La Bella, we're talking about top of the line. They are the best.
Yes, they are. They do make a great product. What about the future, Bunny? What's happening with, I don't know, I could ask you, is there a Baseball 3 in the works? Or what about the magazine, Bass Virtuoso? When is the next?
Well, we keep doing stuff like that. I don't know about baseball 3. I don't know about that. But you have the Cab album. The Bunny Brunel Cab. So there's always one coming out, and recording. So
With Tony
that's what's
McAlpine?
going on. Mhm.
Tony McAlpine?
Oh, the original guitar player is Tony McAlpine, but now he's doing his own thing. So I'm using a different guitar player when I play live, that which is great. And that's probably what I'm gonna do.
What
Mhm.
about the magazine? That is one slick publication.
Oh
And
yeah, well, it's just it's actually my wife's Kelly
right.
Peoples, the flute player,
Yes.
who's doing the job, and mentioning her, we actually gonna do because she's a classical arranger, symphonic arranger. She can write. She actually worked in Hollywood on many movies and things like that. And for some reason, that's a woman they don't mention. They have her doing the job, and But we're going to do that. We're gonna do an album. I'm gonna play some of the my compositions, so cab compositions and things like that, arranged with the symphonic orchestra.
Oh, beautiful.
That's gonna be really good. And she's the one, Kelly Peoples, who's gonna do the job because that's what she does. She's a great flute player, but it's not too many people who can do symphonic arrangement,
Yeah.
and she can do that, no problem. That's, as I said, she'd actually spend her life doing that on many recordings and things like that. She did so many of them. People have no idea. And I wouldn't be able to do. I did some string arrangement and things like that, but not the way she does it. We're talking about this symphonic arrangement. She really knows what to do. So that's going to be a great album. I'm going to have like a symphonic arrangement on some of the Bunny Brunel music, some of the cab thing like that. That's going to be killer. I love it. I can't wait.
Well, when do you think that'll be out?
Probably next year.
Really?
Yeah,
2024.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, we will
We're
watch.
going to get to it pretty soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait either. Keep me posted and we'll share the news with our audience here.
All right, yeah, no, that's so much fun, and that's as I say, we're talking about somebody special who can do symphonic arrangement. It's not everybody who can do that.
That's
You
very
know,
true. And it's a
it's
very
just
big
like
deal. I'm getting
talking about, yeah,
more
it's
excited just the more I hear about it.
yeah, she's incredible, definitely.
Yes, Kayleen Peoples.
You
Absolutely.
see, I married the right woman.
Yes, you did. Congratulations. Yeah, Kayleen is great. And I was so honored when she called me. I was so happy to be featured is it Bass Virtuoso or Virtuoso Bass? What's the
Virtuoso bass.
Virtuoso Bass, the publication? Yeah, with Ron Carter on the cover. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
big Chick Corea. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it's good. It's just trying to do stuff that the other you know people don't do. Just talking about the important people. Okay, so many times it's just the company who put the advertisement, who put this thing together, and they put it out. No, no, we're talking about serious people. It's just like as I mentioned, as you mentioned before, I played with those amazing people, and it's very always good to mention them and to talk about them.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, when you talk about Ron Carter, the guy is still going on. This is the most famous bass player. I used to listen to the guy. It's just like we're talking about. That's a serious player that really can play the bass.
Yeah.
He's not none of somebody doing like a crazy solos or whatever, but he's a bass player. That's what we were talking about. The
Yes.
guy played the bass on so many albums and he was killing. Always good.
He's
Always
in the
good.
Guinness Book of World Records. Over 2,200 recordings he's done.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what happened when you do a good job playing the bass. They're gonna hire you.
There you go. Well, the magazine is Virtuoso Bass.
Yes.
The new record is Baseball 2, a follow up to Baseball 1 or just Baseball. The man
Yeah, bass.
Bunny Brunel, congratulations on all your success and the past, present, and future projects. And we are definitely looking forward to this new symphonic recording. I understand you've got a special concert coming up with Stanley Clarke. Tell me about that.
That's gonna be on the January the 19th at the Catalina Bar and Grill. And we're
Catalina.
going to play some of the stuff we play together, some different stuff. and we'll have fun.
That's great. That's about a week before the NAMM show.
That's right. That's right.
That's
That'll
right.
be good.
Well, Bunny Brunel, it's so great catching up with you. I always love talking with you, and I always learn a lot, and I always feel very inspired. So keep doing what you're doing, and we will continue to enjoy it.
Well, I always love talking to you. You somebody who knows about the bass, and you great person as well. So it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Bunny. We'll have you back yet again. You're watching ForBassPlayersOnly.com. I'm John Liebman, founder and first baseman. A lot of people think they're too old or it's too late for them to learn how to play an instrument. So I created ForBassPlayersOnly.com for adults who want to learn to play bass, because I believe you're never too old and it's never too late to experience the joy and the pleasure of making music. ForBassPlayersOnly.com. This is the place to learn bass. Thanks again to my special guest, Bunny Brunel. I will see you all next week, same time, same place, right here at ForBassPlayersOnly.com. In the meantime, let's play bass.